Okay. KTT, new episode once every 2 weeks. I am Drift. I'm joined by my co-host.
It's BlackStarXero. Just call me Zero.
That's the energy we have. That's how we're bringing in this episode. This is episode 47. Before we get into it properly, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me, help Zero, help the channel, help the algorithms. We appreciate you dearly. So,
We do.
we're going to get into some One Piece because obviously it's still the talk of the town. God Valley continues to hit.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Come on now. We appreciate Oda. You feel me? Oda Sensei. I apologize. You get me?
Goda.
Yeah, no, literally Goda. You feel me? So, One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Domi Reversi.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start there.
Man said One Piece the talk of the town. No, Domi Reversi the talk of the town.
You feel me? I'm not going to lie to you, boy. It's hard carrying right now. You get me? It's hard carrying. I can't lie. Between it and Rocks. You feel me? It's hard carrying. You get me?
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Did not think I'd have an appreciation for Roxy's character the way I do right now, boy. Like,
Please.
fire writing.
Please, speak.
Fire writing.
Speak to it.
You understand? Like, cool. So, thinking back to when Rox was first properly, like, introduced, right? Not the recent chapters with Elbaf and God Valley. I'm talking about when Son Goku was mentioning the God Valley incident.
Yeah.
Right?
So that way back.
Way back.
Yeah,
And then everything you heard about the Rox Pirates subsequently.
Mm.
You know, they were a band of like, you know, whatever. They didn't really operate like a pirate crew. They were all just like, you know, all out for themselves, but just like operated under like one banner, you know, to serve their own ends.
Which I suppose to a degree they like.
She ain't changed. That's facts. That's facts. Like, cool. Let me just take one massive side tangent and then we come back to the facts.
Go ahead.
Bro, cool. If ever you needed evidence that the Rock Pirates were just like a band of like brigands or whatever, what you want to... Can I swear?
Yeah, you're good.
Anyway.
You're good.
Captain John.
Yeah. Okay, why?
Captain John.
Why? But okay, cool. Let's keep in mind though, yeah? That is some pirate shit to me. You feel me?
Sure.
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
always
that's what I'm
credited
saying.
for.
Like, you understand? Like, if ever you need an example, there is clear cut in your face about what them... Bro, them motherfuckers were all in on the, for themselves. You understand?
That's a fact.
They touched on God Valley. Big Mom hops off to go get a fruit for her kid. You understand? Kaido's like, yo, Lillian, me and you are gonna go get a fruit, right? You understand? So there's that. Now coming back to Captain John, who had the
Jiki no mi.
the magnet fruit.
Yeah, the magnet fruit. You get me?
But anyway, the Jiki no mi. So he had that, and he gets taken down by
Ganzui. Yeah. Mr.
Listen,
Tall, muscular metal man.
You're regular to the pod, you will know that Drift be correcting me on certain names all the fucking time.
Hey,
I just can't do it.
Yeah,
anyways,
man.
Gongzui.
I do what I can.
Right? Who had what is it, Mr. Five's fruit at the time, right? The bomb fruit, right? Cool. So very light spoilers for what happened in 1163. Captain John with the Jiki no Mi decides to use his abilities, which allows him to control electromagnetism and magnetism, to attract all the treasure on God Valley to himself, right? Said to be about what, 1 billion?
I mean, I believe it was 1 billion in each chest.
In each chest. Right, cool. So imagine the amount of chest floating there. Like he was trying to amass quite the fortune to himself.
Get his money
and
up.
then scurry.
Man is trying to get his money up, not his funny up. You get me? I'm not gonna lie
You understand? So if ever you need an example of why the Rocks Pirates weren't like Nakama, like Luffy and the Straw Hats, there you go.
Yeah, and truth be told, that's exactly why I kind of really do appreciate some of the portrayals that we've been getting. You feel me? Like, for example, you touched on Captain John. I kind of like the fact that, like, even though he was on God Valley and it was a part of the Rocks Pirates and all of that, you know what I'm saying? The minute he got there, he was immediately self-serving. You get me? Because it does go to show you, much like you've touched on, the difference between this type of pirate crew and the more, like, amiable. And I use amiable in, like, quotation marks here, the more amiable pirate crews, like, say, a one Straw Hat crew. You get me? Right. Like, these man are...
Who to me are just like the outliers, bro. Like, you are probably the only outliers in like the pirate world that I know. You don't do any pirate shit.
Like, truth be told, dog, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It wouldn't even just be them. Like, before we saw Shanks fucking total kid on fucking Elbaf. You know
right. The red hairs as well. Yeah.
Before that, nigga, I've not seen the red hairs do any pirating, man. Beyond like the first episode where they dropped a nigga that was trying to fucking attack the place.
Yeah, but he was acting up.
And that's what
you
I'm saying.
Like, and you didn't even get it until you stepped well out
over line.
Well out.
So that's why I'm like, again, not really a good representation for like cutthroat piracy. You feel me? That's really why I appreciate the representation that we've gotten in the flashback with Rocks and the crew. You feel me? Because it shows you
before Rocks, the best example you could have pointed to, right? Aside from like your crocodiles and your Doflamingos.
Another good example, you
understand?
Yes,
because the reason, remember when we first come back after the time skip, Luffy was on like 300 mil and Kid was on like 350 or something like that. You know, like not too far ahead.
But
the reason why he was ahead of Luffy in terms of berries is because he's more prone to doing pirate shit.
I'm actually
killing
on my pirate
people, sacking towns,
100%,
raising towns, all that kind of shit. You
100%.
understand? So before Rocks came along, probably Kid would be your best example point like what a pirate is.
Or sorry, my bad. Blackbeard. Nigga Blackbeard.
Mr. Shiesty himself, I don't know, boy.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you.
The only time I heard he sacked is like
Hachinoshi. It's nothing about sacking. It's nothing about sacking towns with that nigga. If we're talking about points, you be doing piratey shit, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me?
Yeah, the Shiesty levels are up. The Shiesty levels are up.
Sailing around with abandon. You know
what
I'm saying? Sailing around with abandon and strategically increasing the strength and power of your crew. I will not hold a nigga. That is some piratey shit. You feel me? Some piratey shit.
I know Blackbeard.
The on hand, like you're going.
Yeah, no. Coming back to Zebek.
Yeah.
Right? You know that Zebek's actually a type of ship.
Yeah.
It's actually the name of a type of ship.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It means like a ship that can blow either way with the wind.
That I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that it was
Reversi.
What?
With the Domi Reversi shit.
The Domi Reversi. Okay, speak to it, expound.
The ship or the Zebek ships are allegedly they can sail with the wind whichever way it's blowing. You understand? So obviously if it's like a northward wind or whatever, it'll go north. But you understand? But if the wind is more of a southwardly sail, it can probably do the same thing. You understand?
Right.
So the sails can reverse in the same way that the whole relevance to like Zebek is now Domi Reversi. So it's like there's a reversal within like his name. There's reversals.
So I mean, okay, cool. I see it. So like, it's a situation of saying, okay, cool. There was a little hint there about the ultimate end result.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. If you squint hard enough, If you squint hard enough,
So yeah, no, that was a bit of a longer tangent than I think. But yeah, just having some fun with it.
Yeah.
But yes, so Rocks. He shows off the cutthroat pirate elements, right? We saw that in the preliminary flashbacks of him doing the Davy back fights and all that kind of stuff.
That's a fact.
But the man also seems to be fairly honorable.
Man said fairly honorable. I'm like, nigga, I can't lie to you. The way that God Valley's been written and the way that Rocks himself has been written has been expertly done to show you that one can embody very pirate fucking principles, like on a traditional level, but still maintain a very strong code of honor.
You a bad guy, but you're not bad guy.
Like you bad guy, but you're not a bad guy. You get me?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's really what I feel like myself and a lot of people appreciate so much about Rocks. You get me? It's the fact that he embodies both of these separate type of qualities. You get me? Like for the first time in a long time, we feel like we're looking at a pirate crew that's really on some swashbuckling shit. You feel me? Like we're really just out here mixing. You get me? But even within that, you can tell this individual Rocks has a very clear code of honor.
There's something about him.
Like he has a very clear code of honor that he operates on. You feel me? Like a very code of like what it is. Maybe I shouldn't have said clear. You feel me? But the man operates on a code of honor. This is still the man
that stabbed at an infant.
Facts.
You understand? Like this is still the same guy.
Nigga, and I'm the first nigga that will say that. You get me? I often think about that from time to time because I'm like, that's my son. That's like Harold's son, and you stabbed the nigga's son. You feel me? I don't understand how you man can be as cool as you are. You get me? Nigga, you stabbed my son. You feel me? I feel like if you stab my son, nigga, there's no forum for peace talks. You get me? There's no forum.
Or drinking sake after the fact and all that kind of shit.
None of that shit, my nigga. You stabbed my fucking son. You are a grown nigga and you stabbed my son. You feel me? So I'm like,
even Whitebeard would call man like, bro, you really just stabbed the child.
Like, my nigga,
you really just stabbed the child.
You're a wild nigga for that. You feel me? And that's why whenever I saw their friendship blows up in post all of that, I was like, I mean, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You do you, but I could never really understand how Harold could look past that particular fact. Like the nigga stabbed your son. Anyway, I say all of that to say, the reason a lot of us can appreciate fucking Zebek, you get me? And I feel like a reason, naturally, right now, the fandom is kind of fucking hurting because obviously the tragedy has happened.
Yeah.
You get me? Obviously, anybody that was paying attention can kind of tell, yo, not gonna lie, there is a strong chance this nigga's gonna get Domi Reversi at the fucking climax of God Valley. You feel me?
Right.
While nobody had an accurate way of like foreseeing how it would happen, like I don't feel like anybody was necessarily correct in that. You get me? It's just boom. Yeah. If anybody that was really paying attention, if you look at how Elbaf's kind of like, I wouldn't say started because it started with Road, but once you left Road and we got Emu on fucking Elbaf, you can kind of tell, hey, this Domi Reversi thing
is going to be becoming more prevalent, isn't it?
It's going to return, and that's why when the fucking God Valley centric flashback came, I was like, yeah, there's a strong chance we're going to see Emu here, and if we see Emu here, Domi Reversi is going to take place in some capacity. You get me? In some capacity.
Facts.
And for a while, I do believe... Yeah, no, go on. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so, no, I was going to say that. So when that idea first got tossed around, or when I first became aware of it, it was one of the more easier theories for me to accept.
Well,
right? And I think
Domi
the Domi
Reversi rock.
Yeah, so rocks being Domi Reversi is one of the more easier theories for me to accept, right? Much like you said, there was no real concrete strings or, threads tying it together.
Yeah.
Right? But, and I kind of alluded this to you off mic already, the fact that Sengoku mentioned that Roger and Garp had to team up to take down, he said the Rocks Pirates.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, I was the entire time. Look, I'm reading the God Valley stuff, right? I'm wondering what's really gonna kick off to set up this 3-way fight, or if it's not a 3-way fight, it's them two teaming up against Rocks.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then when the Domi Reversi theory got floated, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. It was one of the easiest theories to get behind.
Previously,
ever.
and I'm glad you touched on that, is because previously, before Domi Reversi was introduced, right? I wouldn't even say before it was introduced, but before we had like more time to sit with it, there were genuinely people who kind of thought that Rocks himself would be clashing against Garp and fucking Roger solo. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like some 1v2 type shit, you get me? And that idea just never really sat with me. As much as I can appreciate how strong Rocks is in his portrayal, you get me? When I'm looking at One Piece, especially like the upper echelons of niggas, you feel me? Don't get too drummed up when you see feats of like niggas cutting through a mountain or something. You feel me? Because at the level of power that these niggas is operating on, that's just how niggas box. You feel me? Right. That is just how niggas box. And I remember people looking at the fact that he slashed through a piece of mountain on fucking God Valley. Not God Valley, on Elbaf in his first fucking introduction.
Harold?
No. So like one of the portrayals, no, before that. You know what I'm saying? So like this is when it's showing you that he rocks up to Elbaf. You get the first fucking panel of him walking with like the two fucking the peace sign.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. Couple panels after that, there's some fucking fighting that happens and fucking man slices off a piece of one of the mountains in Elbaf. You feel me? Cool. Because of portrayals like that and because of things like, hey, he broke a gate of justice. You feel me?
Broke a gate of justice, killed an admiral, his sword ability is weird or his sword style is weird.
Made it to Emu. Because of all of that, people are using all those individual factors to say, hey, this individual at this time is going to be strong enough to on-site Garp and Roger. You feel me? Whereas for me, as much as I can appreciate how strong his portrayal has been, I don't think we've been like anything has been showcased to the point that we would believe that he can on-site Roger and more importantly, Garp at this point. You get me? Because Garp at this point has been proven to be like somewhat stronger.
Prime Garp, man.
Like somewhat stronger than fucking like Kaido, Lin, probably on par, if not slightly stronger than Whitebeard at this point. You get me? And stronger than Roger, I'd say. You feel me? Because I'm not gonna hold you like Lin slapped him with an attack and man was like, cause it feels like a fucking like this attack couldn't fucking cook a primed rib. You feel me? And that's him just shrugging off the attack. So I'm like, at this point, Garp is discernibly stronger than like most niggas there right now. You feel me? So with that knowledge in mind, I always found it kind of hard to imagine that Roger and Garp would be required just to fight an unpossessed Zebek. You feel me? So that's when I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, yeah, in all likelihood, Domi Reversi. Because it not only swaps you to fucking Emu's side, it does seemingly empower you. You get me? And a nigga already as strong as he is, if you are empowered any further, then yes, we are now talking about a nigga who's strong enough to on-site Garp and Roger.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I was always curious as to how the fuck we were gonna get there. You get me? But while we're still on the Domi Reversi discussion, I feel like we do need to touch base on like what we think the criteria is behind it.
Right.
You get me?
Because that's going to be my question to you two.
Because
so
it's like
everybody's kind of debating that right now, so fuck it, let's toss in our 2 cents.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. So what do we have? What? I think there's like 3 or 4 possible criteria at the moment.
I have it at 3. If there's a 4th, I'm unknown to it. You get me?
Fine, fair enough.
But yeah, go on.
Go on. So first one.
All right, the first one being like the injury method. You get me?
Okay.
Like, we'll go with that, the injury method.
We'll start with injury. Yeah.
So the easiest way to fucking show you an example of that is when Dory got his arm shot off. You feel me? Immediately after that, that's when the Domi Reversi happens. You feel me?
Do we settle on Gunmu or Imco?
Bro, I still say Emu. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like at this point, when I see the bat wings, I'm just saying Emu, nigga. You get me?
Okay.
Like I'm just saying
100% in control, yeah. Just piling a flesh maker.
Just piling a flesh maker, my nigga. You feel me?
Cool. Carry on.
The injury method with Brody being the example, right? There's the more soft discussion of whether or not it requires like 2 points, and by 2 points I mean there's a shot in the fucking manga, like the panel shortly after it's used, where you see every giant in between Dory and Brogy, who are like separated between two points, and everybody in between them has been Domi Reversi as well. You get me? So
staying in line with the actual rules of the game.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Reversi.
again, the game Reversi is shown in the fucking panels to kind of further kind of illustrate this. You get me? So I'm like, when you look at that type of paneling combined with what you've seen, it's not done for no reason. You get me?
Right.
So while I don't have the most maximum amount of stocks in it, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll let it rock.
Yeah,
you feel me?
For that one there, right? Let's just like sit on that one for a minute. For that one there, I understand the Elbaf example, right? Where I'm slightly struggling with it is the God Valley example.
The only reason, like, I'm never gonna lie to you, that one there, it's not one that I put a great deal of stocks in. You get me? But it's like,
so we'll explain that one afterwards.
The way that I look at it is like, if the idea has enough merit, like to pay attention to, I'll be like, okay, there is enough here in the minutia, in the fucking meat and potatoes, for me to be like, all right, cool, that's valid enough as a headcanon, as a hypothetical. You feel me? But it's not necessarily the idea that I put most of my stock into. It's just an accepted idea that I'm like, okay, cool. If it does happen, it wouldn't be the craziest thing.
Keep an eye on it.
It wouldn't be a left field fucking introduction for me. You feel me? And then of course,
so that's the point one, yeah.
So
we have injury,
yeah, and 2 points.
2 points.
So injury, 2 points.
Okay.
You get me? And then the third one is what I would consider to be a community favorite. You feel me? Like the one that most people have kind of settled on. You know what I'm saying? That being, in order for you to be Domi Reversi, you must be in your homeland.
Right.
You feel me? And of course, out of all the examples we've given, this one probably is the strongest. I wouldn't even say the strongest. I'd say there's 2 working points for this one and 2 working points for the fucking injury method. You get me? Okay. That being cool. The injury method, Dory getting his hand shot off, right? And the Rocks being Domi Reversi'd, post obviously being injured on God Valley. You get me? So that's 2 points for injury being the reason, right? Obviously, for the 2 points regarding the location, or rather the homeland theory, we can look at the 2 arcs in which we've seen Domi Reversi. You feel me? One of them, Elbaf, on the Giants, their homeland. You feel me? And the other one being the Davy clan on God Valley, their homeland. You feel me? So that's why between all 3 of the theories, the community favorite, because it's like, it's the least hardest to fucking suspend your belief in order to understand. You feel me? That being the homeland method. But then, of course, like I've just said, there's 2 valid theories, because the homeland method has 2 strong points for it, in my opinion, and the injury method also has 2 fairly strong points for it, in my opinion. You get me? The weakest of all 3, of course, is the 2 points method. You get me?
Right.
So that's why I ain't gonna lie, after I sat there and I thought about it, in terms of just making sense for an ability like Domi Reversi, in order to give it some type of criteria in order for it to be activated.
And limitations, importantly, some limitations.
That's the word I was looking for, actually. In order to give an ability like Domi Reversi some important limitations, out of all 3 methods, more so the homeland theory than the injury theory for me. You get me? Like, if you told me, hey, the criteria is the homeland method, I'd be more comfortable with that, because I feel like that is a realistic limitation for an ability that allows you to just fucking flip a mass of people. You get me?
Right.
If it's not that and it's the injury method, then again, I mean, it still makes sense, because a lot of the fucking David clan members on God Valley at the time were probably injured. You get me? So that does make sense, but it's just, you need a clearer way of portraying that.
Yeah.
You get me? You need a clearer way of portraying that the trigger that allows one to be Domi Reversi'd is injury. You get me? And we, even within that, if that's the method you go with, there's also further representation, like, cool, how much injury does one need to incur? Is it a scratch? Is it like deep wound? Is it just like a fucking fatigue thing? Like, if you just fight a nigga for long enough, you're waiting for him to get tired, he's now more prone to becoming Domi Reversi. You know
mentally and physically exhausted.
You feel me? So it's like, if you go the injury method, there are several things that you do kind of need to then go and further explain. You get me? In order to make that method just make more sense. You get me? Whereas if you just go with the fucking homeland method, there's just enough there in the description and the portrayals that we've seen up to now for it to just be like, you know what, cool, done, fine, valid.
All right.
You get me?
Okay. Right. So the 4th one, like I said, I have to my knowledge, there's like 4. You've already summarized the first 3. All right. The 4th one seems to be the pentagram, right? In which the pentagram can be placed under the person, and that then pulls them into the abyss, and then they can use the while they're being pulled into the abyss, they can then reverse them to kind of complete the transformation and then bring them back out. So that's sort of like not exactly what happened to Rock, because he just stabbed. I was
gonna use Rocks as the example. I was gonna be like, if that
so
is the method that we're going with,
it's not exactly mandatory.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
it is one method that was seen, because that method was shown on God Valley.
Well, what I'm saying is this: it's like, if that is the method, then using Rocks as the example, I wouldn't understand what the necessary need would be to showcase him being like stabbed by the 2 black tendrils. You get me? If the means is just by like me submerging you in a fucking pentagram and then reversing the pentagram and then having you come back up, why do I need to then physically?
Because
like,
the pentagram one seemed to kind of clash with the injury one, doesn't it? Because it can be forced on you.
Do you get me? Like,
I mean, it can be forced on you regardless.
Regardless,
you understand? Regardless,
let's get that.
But yeah, that's another seemingly method of activation I've seen.
For me,
the pentagram.
It's more so. I look at the pentagram in like two representations. I've only ever seen the pentagram be used as a means of like a locomotion, and by locomotion I mean teleportation. You feel me? Or I've only ever seen it be used to literally summon the fucking shit that Emu uses in God Valley. I mean, in Elbath before we get into the God Valley fucking incident. You get me? So when I think of the pentagram and the pentagram usage, I do also think, hey, shit being put into and out of the abyss. I just don't know if it's linked to fucking Domi Reversi. You get me? Like, I do strongly think that the fucking pentagram portrayal that you see with shit being taken out of it into it is very, like, it's done very, like, purposefully. You get me? He's trying to show you that there is an unforeseen or at least, like, a dimension of sorts that this nigga can just access.
Between fucking Caribou, Blackbeard, and Emu now, you can just like kidnap people. Just kidnap niggas.
You feel me? Just whole niggas. I mean, Emu's not big on kidnapping niggas, bro. I'm gonna just flip the whole set. You get me?
Man say kidnap. I'm a body jack,
nigga. I'm gonna just body jack a nigga, flip the whole set. And if I don't like your island, nigga, fuck your island. You feel me?
Boom,
nigga. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on fucking Domi Reversi. So I mean, like I said, I wasn't really privy to the fourth one that you mentioned. You get me? But I'll at this point, I'll keep anything under consideration. You get me? Like,
yeah, 4 possible methods. The Homeland one possibly being the most credible.
I can't lie, it does sit with me the most
injury
credible.
one does make a lot of sense.
A significant amount of sense. You get me? A significant amount of sense. Like I said, the 2 points one is the weakest there. Yeah. In my opinion. I mean, I won't even say the weakest.
It's not weak, right? Like, because it's based on a game.
The weakest one, in my opinion, would be the pentagram one.
Sure. Fully accepted.
Followed after that, then the fucking 2 points one.
Yeah,
like,
fully accept that the pentagram one isn't like, you know, it's 100 things. Like I said, it's just one method I've seen tossed about as, you know,
no. But I was just going through and kind of like ranking them by like credibility. You feel me? So I'm like, the pentagram one would be at rank 4. The 2 points one, despite the like the on-panel fucking representation that we have for it, and that is one of the things that really works in his favor. You get me? It's because you see the fucking panel of Dory and Brogy and everybody in between them being fucking demonified and shit. You feel me? And then in the side panel of that same page, you can see the fucking Reversi game being kind of showcased to explain to you what's happening. You get me? So I think that's why a lot of people try to like throw a lot of credence behind the 2 point idea. You get me? But in my opinion, it's definitely the third weakest. Or if anything, it's number 2. The fucking the pentagram one is number 3 because the injury method and the homeland method are equally tied at 1 for me. I can't lie to you.
Fair.
Like, there is enough there in both of those methods for it to be very credible. Yeah. You get me? Very credible. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, boy, at present right now, if you told me it was the homeland method, I'm fucking rolling. Not gonna lie to you. There is enough representation there for me to believe it. It don't feel like this left field. You feel me? And if you told me it's the injury method, again, I have panels I can look at. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I mean, there's a lot of like occult happening here with it anyways. You understand? So the injury method to me just sort of like, I think I mentioned it before, it's like a blood contract kind of thing.
Of sorts, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, you did mention off mic.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a blood contract. So you have to be bleeding to use your blood to kind of contract with the devil. You understand? So,
and again, it does lead very fucking like perfectly into like the devil iconography, like the devil iconography and devil ideology of Emu. You get me? So it does lend itself very credibly to like a sort of blood pack type thing. You feel me?
So
combined with the fact that when you get Domi Reversi, you do become physically bigger and stronger. You get me? Both the giants and rocks. You feel me?
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, okay, it is like a fucking pact of sorts.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Willing or unwilling.
You get me?
Willing
or unwilling.
So
you're here.
Before we wrap up with one pache.
What?
Another thing I saw floating about. I haven't really seen it discussed yet, but you know, I'm always just like, you know, scouring Reddit.
Yeah.
You know, on the mural,
there's
a part where there's this person with a crown standing on top of this hill. Right? Some people say it's a hill, some people say it's a representation of Zunesha.
I'm going with the Zunesha idea, I can't lie.
Fair enough. So, cool. So the idea I saw posits that Zunesha got Domi Reversi by Emu during the Joy Boy era, and that is the big sin that Zunesha committed.
But okay, cool. Wow, don't get me wrong. On a surface level, incredibly valid. You get me? Like, very, very strong reasoning to be like, that's probably what happened. You get me? However, who would have been the one to like give this decree to Zunesha? like the punishment in question, i.e., you're cursed to roam for X amount of time. Who would have been the one to then give that decree? You get me? Because I'm like, if the idea is he was Domi Reversi at one point in the past, then that means he's no longer currently. Yes. You feel me?
Yeah.
If he's no longer currently,
he's the one that mentioned his great sin, so under no control.
He ain't under no control. You get me? And if he's not under it currently, then who was it that gave him the decree? Like, because of XYZ that happened way back when, you're now cursed to roam the fucking seas. You get me?
Right.
That's what kind of stops me whenever I get to thinking about it. Because I'm like,
fair.
I can only think of 2 individuals. You get me? One being Emu, you feel me? And I don't quite understand why Emu would tell you to roam the seas and await Joy Boy's return. You feel me?
Yeah.
And 2 being fucking Joy Boy. You get me?
Yeah.
And if it was Joy Boy, that would speak a little about his character, because that's some vindictive ass shit, my nigga.
What do you mean?
Because, well, I won't even say vindictive, like, if the character of Joy Boy is who we perceive him to be, what type of nigga curses somebody that was possessed to then walk like the fucking seas for 1,000, like, well, not in 1,000, but like mad years in the future as like a curse, a punishment.
So 800 years roughly.
That's what I'm like, hey, if it was Joy Boy, then it does kind of shift up how we kind of be looking at the nigga, you feel me? Because
we're having to do a lot of that nowadays with One Piece, aren't we?
I'm not
you
against it.
We've had to re-examine Garp.
Like,
we've had to re-examine Zebek, right?
I'm not against it. You get me? That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna subscribe to that idea, those are the questions that would be like popping up in my mind. You feel me?
I mean, it's possible. Here's my just 2 cents on it, right? You mentioned Joy Boy, and that was my thought. You understand? So Joy Boy stopped him, right? Because we don't know Joy Boy's haki is A1.
Okay.
You understand? So he could have just haki blasted him or whatever they did to kind of like get the Domi Reversi like lifted. And then be like,
assuming that can be done.
Assuming that it can be done. You understand? But I mean, it was the knot that Emmett had. That was enough to push all the Gorosei.
Well, that's them
off
niggas.
Of Egghead.
But that's them niggas. You feel me? We don't know how that affects Domi Reversi individuals yet. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? We've not seen how that affects Domi Reversi individuals.
Sure.
Yet. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, go on.
Sure. So that's my thought on that. You understand? Very credible.
Like,
theory.
Is it a theory that's credible? Fuck yes.
Credible theory. Is it set in stone? No. It
Especially...
just answers 2 questions, right? Or seemingly answers 2 questions. You understand? I shouldn't say 2. That's not correct. Just 1. You understand? Just the 1. What was Zunesha's original sin? You understand? And him being Domi Reversi and being forced to turn against Joy Boy and his set. You understand? Joy Boy's haki is strong enough to like 1 spook Emu from across the planet.
Facts.
Push the Gorosei off the off thingy, right?
Facts.
And seemingly cause an explosion. You understand? So the way I'm looking at it at the minute,
keep in mind, Skopagaban is currently on Elbath.
Right.
He was also on God Valley.
Right.
So if there was any understanding that haki could be used to on-reversi niggas who have been Domi Reversi'd, I feel like we'd know. You get me? By way of Scopper.
Well,
that's a nigga that's
Scopper's the one narrating the story, and the story ain't end over.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, by now, I'm just like, if there is a means by using haki to undo Domi Reversi in any capacity, I feel like if we are gonna find out, it'll be by way of Scopper. You get me?
Yes.
Like, because that's the only nigga that's here currently that was also here on God Valley. You feel me? So
thanks to you, but we ain't gonna count him.
We ain't gonna talk on that nigga right now. You feel me? But realistically speaking, I can't lie. In my opinion, is it a valid theory? Fuck yes, especially with the whole Domi Reversi going on around goings on right now. You feel me? 100% a credible theory, but again, the questions that I have would start to float up in my mind. You get me? Like, who gave you the decree to fucking roam the oceans for like forevermore, potentially? You get me? And if it was Emu, why the fuck would I do that? Because why would I tell you to wait for my top up to come back? You get me? And if it wasn't Emu and it was Joy Boy, which can be possible, I feel like that will be shifting how we feel about Joy Boy or look at Joy Boy. You get me? If fucking Garp's name can get slandered, my nigga, you told your
man said Garp as if
Garp's
Roger
name,
ain't feeling it right now.
But dog, hey, listen. Garp is beloved in a different way. You get me? That's all I'm gonna say.
Enough.
Because obviously, whereas Roger, for as much as we fuck with Roger, he's not a nigga we've seen actively in the story. Get me? Posthumously is how we fuck with Roger. Garp is active in the story. You feel me? So if a nigga like that, if his name can get slandered, then yeah, gang, if you told your man, and I'm talking about Joy Boy here, yeah? If you told your dog, who was possessed at the time, hey, fuck you nigga, you're cursed to roam the fucking seas forevermore, I don't know if that's the Luffy-esque Joy Boy figure that we're talking about. You feel me?
Might not be. It might not have been like, hey, fuck you, go roam the thing. It's like, yo,
all I'm
you need to go wait over there until I come back. You understand? Like, yo, we're going to do this again later on. You just need to be ready.
What I'm saying is that how it plays out is important. You get me? Because how it plays out would be 100%
agree.
You get me? Because
100% agree.
I'm looking at Joy Boy a little differently depending on how you issued the decree. You feel me? And this is a nigga way
you act differently if you have one leg, but carry on.
I ain't gonna. The man said, if I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a strong amount of evidence to assume that nigga has prosthetic leg and arm. You feel me? Can't lie. But yeah,
and arm.
Nigga, go look at the panel.
Go. Another time.
But yeah. That's really all I had for One Piece this week. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? Can't lie. God Valley is the gift that keeps on giving. R.I.P. my dog Rocks. You feel me? I feel you man in the community that are hurting. You get me? I hear it. I do. You feel me? Dope ass character for real. But all things come to an end, nigga. I saw my goal get fucking executed. You feel me? In the intro. You feel me? So like, what the fuck? Welcome, nigga. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I see my goal get executed.
So he became your goat before you fucked with it.
Like twin.
He became your goat.
The twin. Like, what the
he
fuck?
just said we fucked imposthumously.
Bro.
So he become your goat before
I fuck with him, bro. You get me? You feel me? I ain't gonna hold you. You get me? There are niggas out here right now that rock behind Mr. Newgate, bro. You have to eat that.
Fair enough.
You feel me? You have to eat that, bro. It's Godfall season. You feel me?
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. Boy, you feel me? It's Godfall season. And I know right now, we're gonna leave One Piece soon, right? But I know right now there are niggas who are hurting by seeing Newgate just active again. Why? Because current day, packed up. You feel me?
Paquito.
Get me? So it's like, cool. So like for One Piece, can't lie. You?
Nah, we covered all of it, really. The Domi Reversi thing, very, very interesting. You know, lots and lots to kind of get stuck into and like mull over and toss up theories and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely
very interesting stuff.
A lot of theories. You feel me?
Last word on it from me is really, okay, so I think God Valley wraps up in about 3 weeks to a month.
Boy, I'd say it probably has 2 more chapters left in it. In my opinion. I can't lie.
Well, that's why I said 3 weeks. You understand? 3 weeks a month. Because you know One Piece be going on 2-week breaks all the time. So about a month more a God Valley content, right? Then we have to go to Elbaf and deal with like Harold's story, because that still needs to be concluded.
Truth be told, I can't ever lie to you. We probably won't need to spend all that long doing it, because I feel like Elbaf is being used to kind of explain a great deal of that. You get me? By the time we get back to current day, man said Elbaf. I feel like fucking God Valley is being used to explain all of that. By the time we get back to current day fucking Elbaf, we should have working understanding, or I hope we have working understanding of how to grapple with Domi Reversi. You get me? And like that's kind of why I said earlier, I feel like the person who's going to be dispensing this information can only really be Scopper Gaban. You get me? Because he's the only nigga that's there today witnessing Domi Reversi again that was also there on God Valley. You get me? So if there's a means to combat it, there is only one nigga in attendance that would know how to.
Fair.
You feel me? So that's why I'm like, boy, I'm curious to see how Mr. Gaban will be used in like the chapters to come. You get me? Once we come back to more like the modern day, curious to see how Mr. Gaban's like place among the cast will be used. You feel me? Because if he don't know how to reverse the Domi Reversi thing, there is no credible inverse like reason or way for the current niggas to know how to combat it. You niggas gonna have to run from Elbaf. You're gonna have to run from Elbaf.
Probably.
Get me? If Scopper Gaban does not divulge it,
it's obvious that Shanks is gonna pull up now to save the day.
Gaban doesn't divulge it to you, either Shanks is gonna pull up and save the day, or you niggas have to run from Elbaf.
Shanks gonna pull up and save the day.
And I ain't gonna lie.
I'm banking on that one. Shanks gonna pull up and save the day. Like Luffy and them, man. Scopper's telling you what needs to be done to kind of to deal damage to them.
I can see Shanks pulling up, boy, but I still see I can see both things happening. I can see you niggas having to run from Elbaf and then Shanks having to come to Elbaf and solve that situation. Get me? I don't see I find it hard to imagine that Shanks will pull up alongside the fucking show. Like that's a lot of fucking energy you have to put into some paneling, my nigga.
What do you mean?
Nigga, you have Shanks and his crew now here along the Straw Hats, now facing Gonko and Domi Reversi Giants. The paneling will be fucking insane. You get me? The amount of energy, the amount of people that would require like a fair fucking portrayal in those chapters would be crazy. Crazy. You get me? Insane, nigga. Insane. Especially if Shanks pulls up. Mr. I barely see you do anything surviving off aura for mad years for now. That you already know is gonna have an important role in the story, which is why he's being saved for the latter part of the story. I'm like, gang, if that nigga pull up, trust me, a fair portion of time is going to be given to him and him alone. Get me? Also, I'm like, boy, it's either Scopper Gaban going to be telling niggas Wagwan, because I've already explained why up to now, you get me? Or you niggas going to have to run from Elbaf. Get me? I can see you man having to run from Elbaf and Shanks pulling up to solve that situation, but it's not impossible for both groups to be there. I just see it as highly unlikely. Get me? I see it as highly unlikely. If anything, I more see a situation of whatever the fuck is going on, Loki's gonna start playing a bigger role, because we clean forgot about the nigga. Get me? But with his size and his fucking fruit, which is currently right now undefined, we don't know where it is, it's gonna play a big part in that possibly. You feel me? So I'm like, right now, keep my eyes on Loki, keep my eyes on Scott Pogba when we get back to modern day Elbath. You feel me? That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling.
Fair enough.
You get me?
So,
not gonna lie. Yeah, that ate up the whole pod though. So do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah, the One Piece, I covered the length and breadth of it. Really just wanted, like I said, really just mull over some of the information on Domi Reversi that, the community circulated and just like kind of like analyzing what we've seen for ourselves
and try to kind of like see where or like what credible fucking players are coming up. You
understand? And like, I mentioned the Zunesha theory. I found that pretty interesting.
Definitely an interesting theory.
Definitely
interesting. That's what I said on the surface. Definitely an interesting theory. It's just if that is the case, I have my questions. You get me? But I already articulated them over the course of the episode. You feel me?
Sure.
But yeah, cool. So what? Nothing else?
No.
Then that's nothing from me. It has been KTT episode of 47. I have been Drift.
It's your boy Zero.
And we will catch you in a next one. Love.